way, you come back the other, and that's when he's at his best, when he's had his head underneath the rim.
And he's been getting that position here tonight, although the problem has been foul trouble, keeping him on the bench. 11 points for Howard. James. Rebounded by Howard.
Now 0 of 10 on jump shots, so 6 of 16. And now all 6 of those baskets have come in the paint. It's that deep post position once again.
It's a bad matchup for the Cavaliers with Ilgauskas defending on Howard.
Well, it all starts too because they're blitzing those pick and rolls. They're really showing out on Turkoglu, and it's really opening up the floor for the Magic.
Oh, Williams flipping one up. Comes to Ilgauskas. They swing it. James cannot find the range on the perimeter shot. Lee. Yes. Timeout, Cavaliers. Orlando by 6. 7 unanswered points over the last minute for the Magic.
Well, Dwight Howard going to work inside using his speed and those big, strong shoulders. Courtney Lee, what a mature young guy for a rookie, knocking down the shot. Orlando by 6.
Certainly seen their share of tough losses this postseason. 5 of their 6 total defeats have been by 4 points or less, including 2 buzzer beaters. Glenn Big Baby Davis for the Celtics, and then LeBron with that extraordinary shot to win Game 2 in Cleveland. Meanwhile, the Cavaliers having their difficulties here. Just 3 of the last 16 over the last 9 minutes of play, and they're trailing by 6 points. 4 minutes gone by in the third. Burns out, kicks it back out, shot clock down to 3, and Lee with the steal. Lee on the breakaway. James could not get him from behind.
That's what he did in Game 1. Remember, he felt LeBron James coming. He got his steps together and dunked the ball. He said in that game, LeBron went up to him and said, nice play, acknowledging that he knew he was coming from behind. What a great play by Courtney Lee.
Courtney Lee has played well. 4 of 8, 9 points. One-time counselor at LeBron James summer camp. So they'll have something to talk about in a month or 2. Howard getting in deep, and they wrap him up. Dwight Howard is fouled.
This is Courtney Lee tonight. LeBron from behind, sort of quick dunks it, and then in Game 1, it was the same play. You see him there, LeBron trying to get his steps together, and Courtney Lee flushes it. So in this series, in the 3 games, Courtney Lee has been able to sort of quick dunk LeBron James. You cannot flip that ball up there. You see what he's done here tonight, 9 points. And Mark, one of my keys to tonight's game were Mo Williams and Delonte West. They were going to have to make some shots tonight. 5 of 14. They are 2 of 6 from the three-point line. LeBron James has not made a jump shot tonight.
Alston not able to hit. That foul was charged to Ilgauskas, number 4. Here's James to the left hand, and he'll head to the line. Stan Van Gundy was very upset that that was not called a shooting foul for Dwight Howard as Ilgauskas wrapped him up. Lewis picks up his third. Cavaliers and the Magic each with 3 team fouls. National coverage of the NBA playoffs continues tomorrow on ESPN of the Game 4 between the Lakers and the Nuggets. Lakers with the victory last night. Kobe Bryant putting up 41 points. Coverage starts 8 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow on ESPN. And then Tuesday we'll be back with you here on TNT Game 4 between the Cavs and the Magic from Orlando starting at 8 o'clock Eastern Time.
Now you got a different matchup. You have Verjao with Howard. And again, those pick and rolls with Turkoglu have really bothered them because they're making such a conscious effort to trap him. Let's see if maybe they make a little adjustment. This time with Alston, they go way under that screen.
Alston puts it in place for Howard.
Well, you can see the impact of Howard. He's fresh and ready to go after playing less than 10 minutes now has 15 points and only 14 minutes of playing time.
Orlando with an 8-point lead. Here's an open shot for Williams. Yes, that's a three-pointer, says Joe Crawford. Mo Williams knocking down the corner three. Lee beating the Cavs down court, passed on the shot. Alston on the spin. Alston flips it up. Howard with the rebound and a foul. A loose ball foul. It's on Varejao.
Yeah, and the Cavaliers are saying that Howard threw an elbow after the play. LeBron is talking to him after the play that he threw an elbow. Remember now, he was suspended in the Philadelphia 76ers series for hitting Samuel Dellenberg. And watch, after the play is over, said he did not hit anybody, but that's what happened in the Philadelphia series when he cracked Dellenberg and was suspended for the next game. That's when Gortat came in. Rashard Lewis had a big game 6 down on the low post.
Pass intended for Howard. And it is a 3-second violation. Dwight Howard showing some anxiety. He thought he was going to pick up number 4.
I like his activity. I mean, they're really looking inside to him now. If he'll take his time and get that position and they give help, then it's going to free up that shooting. They'll be playing inside and out, which is their strength.
The Magic 58, the Cavaliers 53, Game 3 of this Eastern Conference Final Series, all tied at 1. Varejao picked off by Alston and a foul. Not a good foul by Varejao. That's his 4th. And puts the Cavs over the limit.
That makes it even a worse foul. You know, you put Alston to the line, and you know, Marv has this expression. You know, when you make a mistake, try to have the mindset of going to the next play. You know, okay, you made the mistake, get back, play the next play. And instead of that, Varejao reaches in. Now, Ben Wallace is going to come into the game, so now you're going to have a very small front line. Ben Wallace, who is not the same Ben Wallace he was when he was at Detroit. He's had leg problems. He had that fracture in his leg. He's had a knee problem. Now you have Ilgauskas, who is struggling with the speed and quickness of the game, having to be out, and Varejao is out. So you have your 2 bigger guys, and now a very small front line for Cleveland.
Varejao sits down. Another subpar game for Varejao. Played well in Game 1. Not the case in Game 2. And here tonight he attempted 1 shot, 0 for 1. It's 3 rebounds, 4 fouls in 15 minutes.
Well, remember, he started that Game 1 out. LeBron had the ball isolated on the wing, and it was like playing a zone defense. And what happened? He had 6 straight points to start that game.
Wallace obviously not looking to shoot.
Yeah, you really don't even have to guard him out there right now, so you can really be aggressive on the other players.
Saved by Alston, but he deflected it inadvertently off his teammate, Rashard Lewis. So it'll be Cleveland ball. Smith tried to set a pick, could not. So LeBron backs it up, now played by Lewis. This is shades of what we saw in Game 1. As James again misses a jumper, kept alive though by Williams. The alley-oop for LeBron James. Oh, look out. He took a shot as that follow-through was completed. Just under 5 left in the 3rd quarter. Foul on Smith.
See, that's what happens with Turkoglu. They're so concerned about him coming off the screen, and Marvin's like, he's 0 for 5 tonight. And I'm not so sure. I wouldn't soften up my defense a little bit out there, play him a little bit back, make him make a couple shots. You know, Mike Brown said he was very upset at himself after Game 1. He didn't feel like he adjusted to the pick and roll with Rashard Lewis when he rolled out in that second half and had about 3 or 4 jump shots. And this might be one of those situations where he starts thinking about, maybe I'm going to play Turkoglu a little differently here on this screen roll. LeBron James here, we've seen how many times when he goes without that basketball, and after it comes up, it sort of hits him in the face. And a little drama there. He's a pretty good actor there, LeBron.
He's had some experience.
Yes, he does. He does great on those commercials. See, Marv, this is what I was talking about. He hadn't made a shot yet. And you know, sometimes you keep your defense very aggressive against him, but I might make him hit a shot or two and try to soften up my defense a little bit, because what they're doing with that screen roll, they're really spreading Cleveland out, and that's how they're getting in the lane either with Howard or getting those open jump shots.
Orlando 7 of 7 at the line in this third quarter. And that is last touched by the Magic. Rafer Alston with a vote of confidence for the lead official, Joey Crawford.
Yeah. Not sure that's the guy you want to be rubbing his head at that particular moment.
There's Williams for three. Rebounded by Turkoglu. And the whistle away from the ball. It's Joe Crawford with the call down low to 3 seconds.
Foul number 4, Ben Wallace.
Oh, they say Ben Wallace on the foul.
See, that's that early offense again, Marv, that he talked about. Look at Dwight Howard. He's running right to the front of the rim, and they're going to say that Wallace impeded his progress. Now, this is a chance to step up to the line and try to get this to a double-digit lead going into that fourth period. But you got to start making your free throws. Howard tonight is 5 of 7 after being 4 of 8 in Game 2.
During the regular season, just 59% from the line.
And you see the difference he's made in the game tonight. Is as much as I've talked about what a good job Gortat has done, you can see just the power and the strength and what he does to your defense, Dwight Howard. You've got to collapse. It's sort of like an accordion. You collapse in there, and when it does, it just gives you all kinds of space on the perimeter to play.
1 of 2 for Howard. 8-point Magic lead. They led by as many as 10 early on. Coming up on 4 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Here's West. Nice move by Delonte West. The 7-inch height differential between Delonte West defending on Hedo Turkoglu. Alston, shot clock at 6. Throws up the teardrop on a foul. A blocking foul. Joe Crawford with the call from the outside. It's a block.
Foul number 4.
It's on Wallace. That's his third.
His third penalty situation.
And now Michael Petrus will check back in.
Rafer Alston with a little floater. They rule that Ben Wallace was not there when that shot was released. Actually felt like that he came underneath him after Rafer Alston had thrown up that little floater.
Rafer Alston has played for 5 NBA teams. Came over in that 3-team trade, coming over from the Rockets. He's also made his way through the CBA, the D-League over the last 10 years. Rafer saying it's really unusual to be traded from one contender to another. Usually it's contender to a team of less expectation, so he felt very fortunate to come to Orlando, and the reason that the Magic made the trade was because of the injury suffered by Jameer Nelson, was having an all-star season, but halfway through dislocated his right shoulder. Here's West again. Delonte West with 2 straight buckets for the Cavs. 65-59 Orlando. Petrus played by Smith. Nice play by Smith on the steal.
Yeah, very careless pass. You got to. One of the things, Marv, that's a lost art in the NBA is post passing. Throw that ball into the post.
And at the other end, Smith not able to hit. Wallace with the rebound.
Extra shots at the basket. This is what Cleveland's been able to stay in the game with.
West coming up short. Played well by Petrus. Lee getting it down low. Howard gives it back. Here's Lewis to the rim. Howard rebounds and a foul.
Timeout. Magic. Orlando. Timeout.
Foul is on Dwight Howard. That is number 4.
We've had some spectacular plays here. Above the rim, we've seen Courtney Lee. We've seen Dwight Howard, LeBron James set up once again for a photo finish.
So amazing, so amazing.
6-point lead for the Magic. Back home here at Amway Arena. Usual sellout crowd, better than 17,000 turning out for this Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. Here's Usher, a minority owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Perennial Pro Bowler Ray Lewis of the Baltimore Ravens. Paulo Cruiser of the Utah Jazz on hand, as is Dwayne Wade of the Miami Heat. And Tigers in the house. Tiger Woods enjoying a weekend off. Frequent visitor to Magic games. Makes his home just outside of Orlando. Dwight Howard just picked up number 4 and was also hit with a technical foul.
Well, Rashard Lewis drives to the basket. He sort of stumbles. He trips over his own heel, throws up a little floater, and then a push in the back by Howard, which is where the foul was committed. You see Delonte West and Joe Smith after the fact sort of scrambling around a little bit there with Dwight Howard. Was not happy with the call. He says something to either Joey Crawford or Greg Willard or somebody. Looks like Joey Crawford is talking to him. It was Joey Crawford. There's Patrick Ewing saying, please, no, no, no. Too late, Patrick.
So Mo Williams will shoot the technical. He's 2 of 2 at the line and cannot convert. Marcin Gortat played well in the first half. Coming out for Howard is back on the floor. He has actually played more minutes than Howard.
46 free throws already taken in this game tonight. There were 51 in Game 2, only 31 in Game 1. So a lot more fouling now as this game is going on. The series is going on, especially taking a lot of fouls in the paint with the big players.
Alston put the speed on, and it was blocked by Smith. Good recovery. Joe Smith coming over to help.
Great weak side help there. That's where Alston's got to go in with that left hand to try to get contact rather than to flip a weak shot up there.
Shot clock down to 7. Game's played by Lee. Backs his way. Nice pass. Beautifully done. LeBron James to Ben Wallace.
That's what happens when you help off Ben Wallace. That's when he's an opportunity scorer. He either gets to the offensive boards, he gets those kind of dunks. That's when he was at his best with the Pistons.
7 assists for James. Oh, James took it away from Lewis. Took it right out of his hands.
See why he was in consideration for the Defensive Player of the Year. He steals his blocks.
Smith deflected out and batted out of bounds by James, who does not like the call. He says he did not touch it. He felt that it was knocked out by Alston.
Yeah, and actually did not hit the ball. Neither one of them did, and so it was really the shot from Joe Smith just went out of bounds on its own.
It's a 4-point game, just under a minute and a half to play in this third quarter. Lee looking for Gortat, but he's being fronted. Alston. Rebounded by Smith, who's done a nice job.
That's what they want Joe Smith to do, come with that weak side defense. We saw a shot block. He was rebounding and then knocked down those medium-range jump shots.
James tried to set it up for Wallace, kicked it back. James for Smith, not expecting the pass. And off the steal, here comes Petras. Yes! And it counts. The foul on West. Petras will go to the line.
That's when Orlando is really dangerous, and Cleveland knows that. That's why Mike Brown talks about steals, points off turnovers. It really hurt him in the first quarter. Cleveland has done a better job. This is a turnover, chance for a three-point play by Michael Petras, who once again is coming off the bench and doing a nice job. Delonte West tried to wrap him up, and Petras did a nice job of keeping that ball away. And then the great concentration to finish, Marv. This is a guy who had a lot of injuries this year, and actually they got him to be a starter, to be a little bit more athletic at that two-guard position. Didn't know what they were going to be able to get from Courtney Lee early, but he's been all kinds of injuries now coming off the bench and really been very, very effective for them.
Sat out 28 games early in the season. Sidelined by a fractured right wrist. Three-point play for Petras. 7-point lead for the Magic. Oh, Williams lost it. And the ball is back to Orlando.
Also a chance for a 2-for-1 possession here. Let's see if they push this ball up the floor. You're Stan Van Gundy, you'd feel better if you could get this to double digits, especially knowing that you got LeBron James, who's been so great in the fourth periods of both the games that have been played in Cleveland.
13 turnovers committed by the Cavs, 8 by the backcourt. Here's Petrus, and a travel is called. Down to 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. Game 3 of this best-of-7 Eastern Conference Final. They're even at 1. The Magic could have easily come out of Cleveland with that 2-0 lead. But LeBron James connecting on that miraculous three-pointer with 1 second remaining on the clock. Hit the buzzer beater. Shot clock here to 2, down to 1. James to the left hand, just to beat the shot clock buzzer, and time runs out. Here in the third, the Magic 68, the Cavaliers 63. As we take a break, stay tuned for the world premiere of Modern Warfare 2. Coming to you now. A moment ago, Craig Sager talked with Orlando head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Well, Coach, you've had to play all evening with Dwight Howard in foul trouble. His 5th technical in the playoffs, another story. But how does that impact you in the fourth quarter?
Well, I think we've been very good when he's been in there. He's played very well inside. We just haven't been able to play very many minutes with him. It's been difficult. But we've been there before, and we just got to keep fighting.
LeBron James is scoring, but he's not shooting well from the perimeter. Is that your defense, or is there something you can do?
He's probably just missing shots, but if he dribbles, it's a foul. He's on the free throw line, so it's very hard to play.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
All right, Craig, fourth quarter underway as Courtney Lee comes up short. Craig mentioned that was technical foul number 5 in the postseason on Dwight Howard. If you reach 7, you are suspended for a game.
Well, LeBron James resting right now. Let's see what Orlando can do. This is Ilgauskas. That's his favorite spot. He just has not been able to make those long threes that he made in the regular season. But can Orlando push this lead with LeBron on the bench?
Here's Turkoglu. Has the ball knocked out of his hands. And last touch by the Cavaliers. Orlando has 10 on the shot clock. James sitting down with 27.7 assists, 5 rebounds. Hedo Turkoglu 0 for 5 from the field. Petrus will throw in as Turkoglu. Played by West. Turkoglu for 3. Kept alive, another possession for the Magic. Gortat, yes.
That's the difference with Gortat. He will make that little jump shot where Dwight Howard won't look to shoot it. So with your coverages, you have to get to him a little sooner than Howard, who you sort of close out on very slowly and make him drive the ball to you.
Ilgauskas goes back out to West. Ilgauskas backing his way on Gortat. Trying to get into the scoring column. He's been off 2 of 8 from the field. Here comes Petrus to the rim. Rebounded by Ilgauskas.
But Delonte West looks tired here, dragging behind the plate. Played a ton of minutes.
Pavlovich not able to hit. And the question is, where are the Cavaliers going to get scoring with LeBron sitting out?
And can this guy finally get hot in the fourth quarter?
And Turkoglu again, not able to hit. Williams comes up short. Both clubs struggling. Petrus is open. The rebound handled by West.
That's a big shot there. You miss a layup on one end. Normally those 3 goes. That would have put it to a 10-point lead. Mike Brown just hoping his team can hold on here at all until he can get LeBron back on the floor.
West got the step, and he is fouled. And now LeBron James will make his way back in. Foul committed by Lee. Let's check in with Craig.
Well, Dwight Howard was suspended for Game 6 of the opening series against Philadelphia. Stan Van Gundy was asked if his team had a bunker mentality. He said, guys, leave all military references out of this. We're playing a game. Our troops overseas, they are risking their lives, paying the ultimate sacrifice for our country. He immediately got a response from Lieutenant Colonel Rob Hunt thanking him for his respect. The two have been texting back and forth on a daily basis. Stan showed me his text before the game tonight, and it was from Lieutenant Colonel Rob Hunt. He said, hey, you take care of your home court advantage tonight. And just I want you to know that the entire planning operations division of the U.S. forces are overseas watching the game tonight. And the Memorial Day message from Lieutenant Colonel Rob Hunt to Stan Van Gundy. Mark?
All right, thanks, Craig. Delonte West to the free throw stripe. 1 of 1 at the line. And once again, you look at the numbers. West, 4 of 10 shooting. Williams, 4 of 12 shooting.
And you throw in Ilgauskas that I talked about before. Those guys now are 10 for 30.
Cavaliers only 36% overall. Petrus draws the foul. 3 on West.
Foul on number 13, Delonte West. His third, first team foul. Michael Petrus, shooting 2.
The 2 shots for Petrus. Dwight Howard with very low production in the fourth quarter. That goes back to game 6 and 7 against Boston. Usually he enters the fourth quarter in foul trouble, which obviously changes his game.
And he did it again tonight, but there's 36 minutes he played in these games. So, you know, when you talk about touches, for him, it doesn't always mean it's going to equate to points. And you can see only 2 shots, so 7 total points. So their fourth quarter guys are Turkoglu and Lewis, and Turkoglu tonight is 0 for 7, so they're going to need something from Dwight Howard.
Ilgauskas wide open. Yes. And let's see if that gets him going. 72-66 Orlando. We're early in the fourth. They double up on Turkoglu. There's Howard forced out by Ilgauskas. Lewis to 3. Rashard Lewis continuing the pattern. He has come up huge with the 3 ball in the fourth quarter.
But see, that went into Howard, got the double team, so you get the 3, so he doesn't get an assist off that. This is going to be a moving pick. And Marv, Howard does not get an assist because it was the second pass that got the assist. The 3-pointer by Rashard Lewis, so inside out. That's what I was talking about. Sometimes you get the touch, it doesn't equate to points, but your team gets 3. Here it is, the pass, the hockey assist, boom, the knockdown 3, inside out, and a 3-pointer by the Magic.
It's just what we said. If we get stops, they cannot keep up with us in transition. Dwight will be open under the rim. We'll get wide open shots.
Well, that's how their offense is triggered by their defense in the open floor. Mark, 12 fast break points for the Magic tonight, only 2. And remember, early in the game, it was those forced turnovers early in the game that really got the Magic off to the great start. So we'll see tonight with this finish. And I think the question right now for Cleveland, nobody is making an outside jump shot. Not LeBron. He's 1 of 12 from the perimeter, 7 of 8 from the paint. Mo Williams, 4 of 12. West, 4 of 10. Ilgauskas is 3 of 9. So who's going to make a jump shot here coming down the stretch for Cleveland?
And that 1 of 12 was a 16-footer by LeBron back in the first quarter. Howard going at Ilgauskas, lost it. Here comes James, putting the speed out, going to the left hand, and he is fouled. There was no way they were going to let him get that shot off.
And he's so fast. I mean, you cannot backpedal with him. You've got to turn and run, and you can see Rashard Lewis trying to backpedal. It's like a locomotive coming at you in the open court with strength and balance and power. and how important it's going to be for the Orlando Magic to try to keep him off the foul line. He's 11 of 12 from the line tonight.
And as we mentioned earlier, the Orlando Magic with much success, regular season and postseason, against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Orlando has won 5 of the last 6 over Cleveland here in Orlando. They've won 9 of the last 13 meetings overall against Cleveland. A Cleveland team that went 66-16 in the regular season. Best record in the NBA. Foul is called on West. That's number 4. And a Cleveland team that is very good on the road at 27-14. One of the best road records in the NBA. In fact, the most road wins in franchise history.
Mark, can you imagine how devastating Howard's going to be in the post when he can start to go across the middle and stop and turn and shoot a little 5, 6, 7-foot jump shot off the glass? That last time he just tried to force himself across to the middle and there was no place to go. If he would roll back, he'd have a wide open shot.
Right, here's Petras wide open for 3. And Williams came away with it. 7.5 to go in the 4th. An 8-point lead for the Magic. West, yes, from downtown.
So he was going to start making a shot. So all of a sudden, back in it, 75-70.
And the foul is called. That is number 5 on Delonte West. West, 5 of 11 for 12 points. A guy that Mike Brown would like to keep on the floor, but he will not as Sasha Pavlovich checks in. You see the foul run down. The 5 on West, 4-piece on Williams, Ilgauskas, and Varejao. 4 on Lewis, 4 on Howard.
Now Pavlovich is in the game to play Turkoglu. Remember, Turkoglu was able to go one-on-one against him and get his shot at the end of that ball game.
Petras passed to the 3. Petras to the rim. Went right. And Ilgauskas.
That was a great play. I love what Petras did there. Normally he settles for that 3. Now twice we've seen him drive the ball to the basket, either get to the free throw line or make a nice finish. What you got to do, you got to mix up your game.
12 points for Michael Petras. Varejao set the pick. Here's James going at Howard.
He's so strong. I mean, Dwight Howard, that guy is so strong in the lane, but LeBron, he just bounces off of you.
Turkoglu trying to get it to Howard. James puts the move on Petras. Ilgauskas. Rebounded by Varejao, and he is fouled.
That's Howard. That'll be 5. Let's see who they call that on. I think they're going to call it on. They're going to give it to Lewis. So big break there for the Magic. That would have been Howard's 5th.
13th foul on Orlando. But Rashard Lewis picks up number 5, and Tony Battine will come on for the first time.
Now that really helps the Cleveland Cavaliers because Battine's a nice little medium range shooter, but Rashard Lewis stretches you all the way out behind that 3-point line, so Cleveland should take advantage of this.
James for 3. Howard with the rebound. Here's Turkoglu putting a move on Pavlovich, and he is fouled. Nice hesitation move by Hedo Turkoglu. So Hedo will go to the line where he has hit 7 of 8. A programming reminder, TBS Wednesdays, Brown is back. We got the family together for the new season premiere of Tyler Perry's Meet the Browns. Right after brand new episodes of House of Pain. That'll be Wednesday, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, only on TBS.
Marv, you look at the numbers for Cleveland right now. If I would have said to you, you're 4 of 18 from 3. You're shooting 38% from the floor. You got 14 turnovers that led to 19 points. You're on the road. LeBron has not made a jump shot tonight, and you're only going to be trailing 7 points after this. You go, how in the world is that happening? Because Cleveland is a very good defensive team, and their defense is giving them a chance to stay in this and possibly steal this game at the end.
And free throws have certainly helped the Magic in the second half. They've hit 15 of 16 at the line. Mo Williams Well, Delonte West sitting down after picking up number 5, and the Cavaliers now hoping that Mo Williams can catch fire. It's a 5-point game. 5.5 to play in the fourth. Here's Turkoglu. Rebound Howard, and he's fouled.
He got fouled by about 3 guys on that play. 1 guy before he shot it and 2 afterwards. Now it's going to be, can Dwight Howard step up and make free throws? But they're not going to let him dunk the ball.
This fourth quarter, Howard 6 of 9 at the line.
Well, in game 1, he was 14 of 20 from the floor and attempted only 2 free throws. He steps up and knocks this in. And after game 1, Mike Brown talked to his team and he said, we cannot give him those kind of dunks and layups. In game 2, he got only 1 dunk. Tonight, this is going to be his 11th free throw attempt. So the message was sent, take the fouls, and this is where Dwight Howard steps up. Those are 2 big free throws for his team.
And Doug, he has hit 7 of his last 8 at the line. 7-point Magic lead. Rashard Lewis getting set to check back in with the 5 fouls. Here's Ilgauskas. Well, the Magic wanted a travel call on Zydrunas, but instead he will head to the line. He was fouled by Batiste.
These are just long steps, Marv. There are 3 of them, but they're long. 1, 2. That's the old extra half step that Z's used to.
It's the Zydrunas crab dribble. He is 1 of 2 at the mark. Timeouts remaining. Cleveland 3 full in the 20. Orlando 2 full and a 20, and both teams over the limit. Ilgauskas has not hit his shot tonight. He's had many opportunities. 3 of 10 from the field.
And normally a very good free throw shooter. Going into tonight's game, he was 12 of 20 in the playoffs. So his touch has not been there from the field or the free throw line. He's one of those big guys, a little bit like Yao Ming, that could shoot your technical free throws. That's how good a free throw shooter he is.
But despite all the problems the Cavs have had here this evening, they are down by just 5 with much time remaining. Howard putting a move on Varejao. James trying to strip him, and a foul. LeBron James nearly took the ball away from Dwight Howard. Instead, a foul is called, and that's number 3 on LeBron.
Mark, this is what I was talking about, though. See, watch him. He's going to the middle here. Look how he's fighting this. He could come back with that left hand and spin and go to the basket. He might get a layup and a 3-point play. So he's a work in progress as a low post player. Then when he can step off the lane and face up and shoot a little bank shot off the glass from 7, 8, 10 feet. Now all of a sudden your game starts expanding and you can play away from some of that congestion.
Well, that didn't look pretty. Dwight Howard will take it, and this a real pressure test at the line for Howard, who has now hit 8 of his last 9. And overall 9 for 12. This time did not get the hop. 82-76 Orlando. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. The series even at 1. Game 4 here on Tuesday night on TNT. 8 o'clock Eastern Time start. Here's James putting a move on and a blocking foul. It's on Petrus. Stan Van Gundy in disbelief. He felt that it was a charge on James.
Take a look here. It is off arm. Little push there. I tell you, when you play with that kind of contact, remember I talked early in the first half and said how difficult he is to referee because there's so much contact being created. Another problem you got is you start going to the free throw line, and Stan Van Gundy's concerns now, how are we going to play him without putting him to the line? Remember last night, I think Kobe Bryant hit 17 free throws against Denver.
James James now 12 of 15 at the line, 1 of 3 in this fourth quarter.
And Kobe had 15 of 17 last night, so you get 41 points. You get to the line 15 times. There's 2 misses.
And Varejao and Howard have words. Varejao took the ball out of the hands of Howard, and the officials stepped between the two.
Well, Howard's already got 1 technical, so he's got to walk away from that. He'll be thrown out of the game tonight. You've already been in foul trouble throughout. So you got to take the high road here and not fall into that trap of letting Varejao bait you into another bad foul or a technical. LeBron really short-armed that free throw. This Dwight Howard comes up with it. There is the foul afterwards, and then the aftermath of the play, you see Varejao takes the ball away from him, and that's when Dwight Howard just got to walk away from it. The way you punish a guy is go down and make 2 free throws.
So that's 5 on Varejao. That could have easily been a double technical, which would have obviously sent Howard back to the locker room.
That's why you got to really keep your composure, Marv. How often have we seen in games where all of a sudden you get that 2-minute stretch where you make 2 or 3 silly fouls, or you turn the ball over, or you let your emotion get in the way of being able to execute, and it can cost you a game. I mean, this is the Magic. They really led the entire game, although Cleveland did at one stretch take the lead, but Magic really have gotten off to a great start and have been in control. Can they finish the deal?
In the previous 2 games, game 1, Orlando came from 16 down to beat the Cavaliers. First loss for the Cavs in the postseason after sweeping through Detroit and Atlanta. And then in game 2, Magic 23 down. Once again, their 3-point shooting got them back into the game, and LeBron James pulled it out at the buzzer. So Dwight Howard doing the job at the line. 21 points in all, 11 of 15 at the foul line. It's an 8-point Orlando lead. 4.5 remaining in the fourth. James for 3.
He made 1 jump shot all night from about 16 feet. So what does he do? Step behind the line and knocks down the 3 to cut the lead back down to 5.
There's Turkoglu finding a wide open Rafer Alston. 3-pointer for Alston. 87-79 Magic. And for Rafer, that's his second 3 of the night. James played tightly by Petrus. James from downtown, way off, but it's handled by Varejao.
Now on this end, it's going to be interesting. Turkoglu, every time he runs that pick and roll, gets Cleveland so strung out because they're paying so much attention to him coming off that screen.
Here's Turkoglu. That's his first field goal. Nearly the same spot that he hit what appeared to be a game winner in game 2. Here's Williams.
That's a bad shot. When you're struggling, you're 5 of 14 from the floor. You got to get a better shot than that. Under pressure, all these possessions so count. There's that screen roll again. It's going to free up somebody for an open shot.
And it's Lewis. Not able to hit from downtown.
Although Turkoglu has not shot the ball well, anytime you give him the ball, he's going to create something for his teammate.
Foul is on Petrus. That'll put James at the line. Stops the clock with 3 minutes, 3 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Now Sasha Pavlovich will check back in for Zydrunas Ilgauskas.
I think this is for defensive purposes right now. Varejao now will play against Dwight Howard. He's a little bit more able to move his feet and get out on those screen and rolls, because that's what you're going to see from Orlando coming down the stretch with Turkoglu, who's going to have the ball in his hands.
James now 13 of 17 at the line. Cavaliers have Williams and West in the backcourt, with Varejao, James, and Pavlovich up front. 89-83, Orlando. Just under 3 minutes to go in the fourth. Marv Albert, Doug Collins, Frank Sager from Amway Arena in Central Florida with downtown Orlando. Alston gets it down low. Howard putting a move on Varejao and a foul. And that is number 6 on Anderson Varejao.
Perkaloo finally finds the range with a jump shot. 1 of 9. 11 points in the ball game. His team lead by 6.
Magic, 2 minutes 43 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Now Dwight Howard has been hitting his free throws, but can you see Cavalier head coach Mike Brown pulling a Dwight?
Well, you know what? With 2:43, you got 43 seconds. Because under the 2-minute mark, you can no longer do that off the ball. But he's shooting 2 free throws here. Marv, if he misses both of these and Cleveland comes down and scores, you could maybe see him take a foul off the ball, Mike Brown, to put Dwight Howard back on the line. So he's 11 of 15 tonight. But these are 2 big free throws because you're less likely to foul him if he steps up here and knocks these 2 down.
So these are free throws numbers 16 and 17, which would match the most that Dwight Howard has ever taken in a playoff game. And he's played only 25 minutes because of the fouls.
Well, Mike Brown had said after game 1, we're going to foul him and use our fouls and not let him dunk the basketball. So he has 5 field goals. He only had 3 in game 2. Remember, he had 14 for 20 in game 1 with only 2 free throw attempts.
Well, he'll take it 1 of 2 at the line and a 90-83 lead for the Magic. They spread it out. James going at Howard and scores. And the foul on Howard. That is number 5.
So you got a real problem. What they're wanting Dwight Howard to do is play back and defend the rim. You can do this against a lot of guys. Can't do this against LeBron James. Remember at the end of game 1 when he drove that ball in the basket, fouled Howard out and got a 3-point play? So when he gets that head of steam up, he's not a normal guy that you can just wait at the rim for. So Stan Van Gundy might have to meet him a little bit further up the lane.
38 points for LeBron, and it's a 4-point game. Here's Howard off the fake. And he'll go back to the line.
Remember now, we showed that graphic earlier of how Dwight Howard had scored 4 points from the field, 3 from the free throw line in the last 4 games from the fourth quarter. Well, they're going to him, and this is where now he has to step up and make those free throws, because if you're going to go in that paint, you've got to be able to get something good coming out of this.
That was 5 on Ilgauskas. Howard 12 of 17 at the line, 6 of 8 here in the quarter, make it 7 of 9. For Dwight Howard, this is excellent free throw shooting.
Oh, anytime. I mean, if you can split 1 of 2, the big question is you can't let LeBron come back and then hit you with a 3-point play. You can't be trading, 2 for 1 or 3 for 1 in all these possessions. You got to eventually get some stops. That's a nice job by Dwight Howard, though, to step up. And Marv, you talk about he's got 24 points tonight in 25 minutes.
92-86, Orlando. James for 3. And it's batted away, carried out of bounds. Last touch by Howard.
But on that screen, if you notice, Dwight Howard got way up and showed early. He did not drop back like he did the play before. Mark, remember the last play he dropped back? Watch this one. He's up this time because he knows he cannot let LeBron drive that ball down his throat.
Well, the foul on Petras, a blocking foul. That'll put James at the line, stops the clock. 2 minutes, 1 second remaining in the fourth, and 2 free throws coming up. And coming up next, the award-winning Inside the NBA with Ernie Charles, Kenny, and Reggie. Right here in Orlando. The guys have made the trip. Ernie again faking conversation. Inside the NBA, after the Cavaliers and the Magic.
How about this now? Dwight Howard goes to the line, makes them both. LeBron goes to the line and misses them both. What a swing in motion. Alston is open for 3.
Rebounded by Williams. The key possession for the Cavaliers as we come up on a minute and a half to play. Pass intended for Ilgauskas.
They got a turnover by LeBron and then 2 missed free throws. Almost an 8-second count.
Just did get it over. Turgenev playing the shot clock. Down to 7 as he fires one. Pietrus leaping for the rebound, and then he is fouled. Michael Pietrus soaring, and a technical foul has been called. It's on Delonte West.
After the play, he pushed Michael Pietrus. It's just a great hustle play by Pietrus. See, he is out there for defense and the energy plays that he brings. Turkoglu handles the basketball. It's a tough, tough shot. Look at him go up and get this rebound. There is the foul. And then after the play, there's a little push by Delonte West. Remember I talked about composure? Marv, you can't give points away. There's still a minute 8 to go. It's a 3-possession game or 2-possession game if you count, 3-point shots right now. So you can't make those kind of mental mistakes.
The foul committed by Ilgauskas, so he is fouled out. Joining Varejao on the bench. They both fouled out. West has 5.
74 free throws have been attempted in this game. You're going to have a technical 75 and then 2 others. So it'll be 77 free throws attempted. If you go back to game 1, combined 31, and in game 2 a combined 51. So as you can see what's happening as this series is going on, these teams are taking hard fouls around the rim. They're going to make guys make free throws.
Mike Brown taking the full 30 seconds. That's the time allotted to make a substitution to replace Ilgauskas. Coming on with Joe Smith. It's the technical foul. And Rashard Lewis goes back rim. Rashard, an excellent foul shooter, 84% during the regular season. And now Pietrus will go to the line. As we touched on earlier, he has had an outstanding playoff run. Big game 7 in Boston. Hitting 6 of 7, 3 of 3 from the 3-point line. And a solid series against the Celtics. Shot the ball well in game 1 of this series. And has done a superb job tonight. Off the bench, 14 points. 5 for 5 from the line. 5 rebounds. Here's Pavlovich for 3 and way off. Last touch by the Cavs.
5 for 23 now from the 3-point line. 39% total field goals. Rafer Alston coming back into the game. Getting Michael Pietrus, so they want another ball handler on the floor in case they trap and press.
And the Cavaliers remaining in the backcourt to try and do just that. With a minute left. 8-point lead for Orlando. And now they play the clock. And hear it from this crowd. Standing ovation for the Magic. On their way to a 2-1 lead in this best of 7. Turgenev to the rim. Rebounded by James. Pulls it up. And it's blocked from behind. And a foul on Howard.
He's got to be careful. Remember, he's already got a technical. And even though it might not affect tonight's game, these things start accumulating. Remember, you're the 7th. You are disqualified for a game or suspended for a game. So here's the play from behind. See the play afterwards. This is where, again, you've got to just be able to walk away from it. I know it's an emotional situation, Marv, but he already has one. And it's not so much the ejection here. And even if it's a clean block, which it looks like it was from behind, he got the all ball in that situation. So I understand why he was upset.
Oh, I can see Dwight has a point. And now the officiating crew over to the video replay. They want to check where LeBron James was where his feet were when attempting that shot, whether it was a three-point attempt, which would mean 3 free throws. Let's see. Yeah, there's no question.
And he clearly got the ball. I mean, that was a block shot from behind, so.
But Dwight Howard has fouled out. That was his 6th. And while we have a moment, let's revisit the keys that you ran down right at the start of the telecast.
Well, they had been trailing both games by 16 in Cleveland. Tonight they came out and led by 7 at the end of the first quarter, shooting almost 60%. Battle of the paint. Howard has been superb, especially when his free throw shooting here in this fourth quarter. Look at Cavs supporting Cavs. Mark, 13 of 35, 9 turnovers. LeBron could not really make a jump shot tonight, and doesn't look like there's going to be a photo finish if Orlando cannot turn the ball over and make their free throws. See what they've done there free throw-wise in the fourth quarter.
LeBron James has missed 5 free throws this fourth quarter. He is 5 of 10 at the line in the fourth.
And you got Gortat on the line there as a rebounder. If he rebounds the ball, if LeBron misses this, they got to foul him immediately. Can't let him make the pass. Also out there, you look, Turkoglu's not a great free throw shooter. So Orlando is not safe just yet.
That's 40 points for James on a night where he could not hit a jump shot.
I mean, that's the ability. I mean, this is going to be his 24th free throw. They get in the paint. He did it the one long three, and I think a 16-footer. So he's got 41 points, and 5 of them are on jump shots.
Well, still 35 seconds to play, and Rashard Lewis is fouled, and he'll go to the line. Torrance Kinsey, 3-year man out of South Carolina, who just checked in for the precise reason to commit a foul.
Well, during the regular season,